going to get started very shortly. I just feel bad because nobody could see him.
Yeah, I never feel bad. Everything is a what's it called? A gift.
I literally have like 12 people watching, and they're just looking at a black chair.
It's okay. We're always on. This is what I tell. This is what I do on our show. This is why I show behind the scenes. I actually turned it off, and then people are like, "How come you turn it off? We want to see what happens behind the scenes." I'm like, "Really? You're interested in that?" They're like, "Yes."
Of course. It's amazing. All right. So, good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. Welcome to the DJ Dani Show on HamiltonRadio.net, stream HR2. I'm your host, DJ Dani. I'm joined on Skype with Aaron Sanchez. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you. I'm happy to be here on the East Coast, New Jersey. It's a beautiful state.
It definitely is. But where are you from exactly?
I was born in Montebello, California, so I didn't venture too far from there. I said, Hollywood's right here? What? So, yeah, I haven't gone anywhere since.
You definitely get to explore, though, when you're out there as well, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's always something to do. You got the mountains here, you got the beaches here. I'm just going to stop saying that because I know the weather over there has been kind of extreme, so I'm not going to rub it in. But it's nice in California.
It's very sticky here, and it's just been sticky and rainy. So it's like sunny for like 2 hours, then starts to rain, and then the sun comes out, and it's just so weird this week.
Well, that's good because, you build up a tolerance so that when you visit like Cancun or somewhere, you're already ready. It's super humid down there. It's beautiful. And you won't be complaining, whereas everybody else from like California will, because we complain about everything. It starts to rain a little, we complain. It starts to get a little hot, we complain. We just complain because we're just nice weather most of the time.
Last time I actually was in Vegas with my sister in March, I wasn't used to the Sahara Desert weather kind of there, so I was like moisturized constantly because your lips are dry and you're just like everything is just dry and just horrible there. So it actually started raining a couple days down there, and we were upset, and everybody was complaining about that too because it's definitely about like for what it is.
No, yeah, I totally get it. It's look, we had a guest on our show which came up with a particular lip balm, and I tried it out, and it was the balm. Literally, it was like it moistened your lips, and I didn't realize. Weird side note that they make a lot of these lip balms with petroleum. Did you know that?
Yes. Yep. For Vaseline.
Am I the last to find out these things, evidently? So, yeah, I didn't know that. And so, so Mitzi Cosmetics, we had them on our show, and I was like, wow. So, yeah, you find some pretty cool, exciting
Was it just cosmetics, like just the lip balm, or was there like other makeup kind of stuff?
I'll be honest, I did not ask that. I don't wear that much makeup. But the lip balm, we all have chapped lips, but I'm trying to think, does she have other makeup? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
All right, that sounds good. So I was reading your bio of what you gave me with everything, and I just want to start a little bit from the beginning so people have a little bit of information for you. So how about we start exactly, when you were growing up, out of school and stuff.
Oh, wow.
What first got you into what you want to do? Did you want to do radio, or did you want to be like a singer, songwriter, or what did you want to do?
Well, to be very well, okay. I think I had different portions of my life because when you said singer, I think at age 1.5, I entered some talent contests that my parents put me in or something, and I took a guitar and I pretended like I knew what I was doing, and I lip synced, and that was the end of my singing career. So then, I got into acting very young, actually. My first play was James and the Giant Peach. And yeah, that was third grade. I got James. I was like, wow, I got James. And then in fourth grade, I tried out for Wizard of Oz, and I got the Scarecrow, which I didn't want because I didn't want to get bullied I didn't want to be the kid with no brains, right? I wanted to be the Tin Man.
Yeah, or the lion.
No, because then I'm a cowardly lion. Let's not do that one. Yeah, no. Yeah. The Tin Man, he was cool. He had an axe, So, yeah, so that's what I thought. But no, I got the Scarecrow, which at that time was the lead in that one. And then from there, I just realized, I really like acting. I went into drama very early on. I played Gaston in Beauty and the Beast.
I can definitely see you playing Gaston.
Why, hello there. Yeah. And then then I did that in high school. And to be very frank with you, my love was in acting, but the advice I had at the time kind of swayed me away from that. And so I did not pursue it actually at that time. So I ended up going into regular business. I did the business route. I didn't realize at that time how easy it was to get into acting from this, if you're already here, if that makes sense. So there's people that travel here, they leave their families, they do all that, and then they pursue an acting career. I just didn't know it was as attainable as I found out later in my years. So I actually had abandoned the hope of ever being on TV or camera until about early my 30s. I had just gone through a really big change in my life. I had just gotten divorced, and I was in sales. So I did a lot of sales in my career. I was that salesperson. So I remember thinking, what do I want to do for the next decade of my life? And I said, well, I don't know. Maybe I could do voiceovers.
Okay. I could see you doing that.
Right, yeah. So but you would think I would have been in voiceovers. I haven't done any voiceovers except for radio. And so I ended up helping at my time. My father at the time was running a nonprofit organization, and he was doing web streaming at that time. This was like YouTube was barely coming out. Actually, they were streaming on very old little devices. Most people never were like live streaming. What's that? Yeah. And so he was doing this, and so I learned that. And then my uncle, Jose Luis Sedano, actually, he has been behind the camera a lot for other productions. And he said, you belong in front of the camera. You got something. I said, really? And he said, yeah. He goes, I'm going to follow you wherever you go. I go, what? Really? And honestly, that was the start of something that I didn't know would land me into radio.
Okay.
Years later. So, so my point is, I really didn't know I was going to be in radio. I never pursued or thought I was going to be in radio. I never took a class for radio. It just kind of happened.
That's amazing, though, especially like for that, because like you were doing other stuff and you were, told that you would look really good like in front of a camera and so forth. And then this is where you're at now.
Yeah, exactly. So people always ask me, how can I do what you do? And I give them some little tips, which are pretty simple. And that's just do what I did, what my uncle did with me. I was happy to have him believe in me as much as he did. And he picked up the camera, and we just did stuff. At the time when YouTube was still there, it was like, well, we could put it up on YouTube. We don't need anybody's permission. And I just started aligning with other organizations that were bigger than me. So at the time, I aligned with a magazine, and I said, hey, at the time it was called Latine Magazine. I said, you guys need an LA presence. They were in Colorado. I said, why don't we do interviews for you guys, and maybe if you feature them in your magazine, we can cross-promote. They said, yeah, that's great. Let's do that. So that's how I did it. I started off on YouTube and just getting on red carpets. People would see us do an interview, and they'd invite us to another interview. I remember my first interview was at the Lifetime Movie Network red carpet, and somebody saw from WWE. Yeah, and WWE were like interviewing all the wrestlers at WWE in Venice Beach the very next day, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And that just, so I say, pick up a camera, start doing it, get out there, let yourself be seen, and the rest, will magically happen if you keep doing it.
It's something that you want to pursue. Do you remember some of the wrestlers that you interviewed?
Oh, yeah, it's funny. I actually know some of them now personally.
That's awesome.
They're actually up because I was trying to do like a Ryan Seacrest challenge, which I never sent because I didn't realize you had to have people sign off on your video to submit for that. But, I had, what's his name? The Miz. I had The Miz. I had John. Well, at the time, I think he was Johnny... John Morrison at the time. Mm-hmm. John Higgins, his real name, and you'll see him in El Rey Network's Lucha Libre. And there were so many others that I interviewed, but I was just like, wow, I was a kid in a candy store because it was something that I had always watched wrestling when I was a kid, but you never, you have these moments, right? You know it.
Yes.
What was yours? I'm sure you had like that moment where you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this person's in front of me.
So I really had like an interview the one time I used to watch Gilmore Girls my whole life. Like, I love that show. I had Scott G. Patterson on my show. He plays the one Luke that she meets like at the coffee shop, and then they get like married later on in the season and so forth. And he's actually a musician as well. So his name is Scott G. Patterson, and he has really good music. And I actually had a little, fangirl moment there. I was like, I remember you on TV, like watching you constantly, so.
Yeah. And they appreciate it. They act like they don't because they want to be cool, but they appreciate it, right? It's the moment you don't recognize them or that they go, oh man, nobody knows me now. So yeah, they appreciate it. They just act like they don't. And in California,
moments like that though.
Yeah, in California, there's people are a little bit more cool about it. I don't get cool so much as I kind of like let it out. Mm-hmm. Tell them that off camera, and then I go right into what I got to do, right? So I get because I get really nervous otherwise. I've done interviews where I get nervous in the middle of it because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in front of this person.
Me too. I have to say, like, cool, it's really bad.
Yeah, my voice goes up 3 octaves, and I got to get out, get it out of the way, let them know, hey, love what you do, and then, after just go right into it.
Definitely to figure out what it is. I also want to let you know that we have DJ Friction from 102.DLG iHeartRadio tuning in. He actually picked me up March of this year for iHeartRadio, so you're also on iHeart as well as Hamilton Radio.
Congratulations! That's fantastic.
Thank you so much. But he's tuning in right now, so he just said in the chat room he's just stopping by and wanted to show some love.
Ola, thank you for showing some love.
Shout out to DJ Friction.
I've been a fan for a long time. I can't say that, though, because, ABC News Radio came at 9 a.m.
You're okay. It's okay. I'm sure they're fine with it. As long as you're not on there, you're okay. Because you're not, like, promoting it.
I don't know.
You're just saying it. You should.
I would welcome the iHeartRadio. I'm just saying. No, that's great. No, it's great to be on iHeartRadio. It's such a big family. I have friends that are on that station, and all they have to show is like their iHeartRadio badge practically, and everybody lets them in everywhere. It's amazing.
I have a press pass, and I use it when I can, but it only gets me so far,
Well, hey now, let's not abuse our privileges there.
Well, like ChillerCon that I went to, I met a couple of people like from Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch. I used that. I was like, I'm taking a picture with my press pass. So it was something that was pretty amazing in my picture because it says me and DJ Dani where I'm from. So
I guess everybody already knows the story. I don't. Why DJ Dani?
So my real name altogether is Danielle Juliana, and then my last name, which starts with a D. I can't give that all out because my dad's like, you got to stay private. So
we just blew the cover there. I'm sorry, Dad.
It's okay. I didn't say the last name though, so I'm okay.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So, but on my Facebook, as you can tell, it says Ellie, right?
Yeah.
And then on air, I'm DJ Dani. So Danielle Juliana, then my last name, but it's DJ and then Dani. And then
Okay, I got it now. Thank you. I appreciate that.
As I told everybody.
Yeah. Well, I've always wanted to be like that DJ in the morning, right? I guess I've had a little
show.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm not right. We don't do like music. Like here's the top 10 coming up next. Yeah, we don't do that. It's all talk. So.
Well, you can. I mean, do you need music people? Do you want me to send some artists over? I have a whole bunch of people that would be on your show. I can give you people if you want. It's up to you.
Oh yeah, well let's hook up.
Cross promotion.
Your people will meet my people. Yes, we'll cross for both.
Actually, one of my great friends, her name is Jennifer O'Neill. She started Lady Gaga's career, and she even talked about it on my show.
Nice.
She was from New York, and now she lives in California. I don't know if you know her.
I don't actually, but I see we're on so that people can see us. This is fantastic. Hello, people.
That's awesome.
By the way, can I do a shout out to one of our regular listeners who's tuning in?
Of course you can, yeah.
Angel Robertson tunes in every day from Scotland, and this woman's amazing. She's confined to a wheelchair, but recently she's been doing this training, so she's been learning to do. I don't know about you. Do you do pull-ups really well, DJ Danny?
No.
I probably have done 5 in my life. And Angel does that. Real inspiration. Got to go follow her. But yeah, they listen all the way from Scotland. And I will say one of the best things about our job and what we do, and now that it's radio, television, and online, is we get to reach a worldwide audience. How cool is that, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, you are on internet radio right now. We have about 30 billion listeners worldwide.
Hey, 30 billion listeners worldwide. Hello. Call me at Aaron M. Sanchez.
And definitely, yeah, promote yourself. If you want to give out where people can follow you, I don't know if you want to give out like your page where people can like you, your Instagram. Here's the time.
Oh yeah, it's Aaron M. Sanchez on all platforms, even Snapchat. I rarely use it, but every now and then I'll go, hey, anybody out there? So Aaron M. Sanchez.
I need to follow you on Snapchat. I didn't know you had one.
See, that's because I don't use it. No. Yeah, no, I'm on. So again, I'm an early adopter of social media. I was on MySpace when MySpace was cool.
Like first started.
Yeah, you actually, when people were like, how can I connect? Hey, dude, I got a MySpace. You have a MySpace? Yeah, let's connect. But now, with all the latest, now I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. And yes, I have a Google Plus. Nobody uses it, but I'm still there.
I have a Google.
See, but do you use it?
I use it for actually some of my emails, yeah. Because sometimes my Hotmail, which is what I use my Skype for, it doesn't allow me to send emails out, which sucks because it has like DJ Danny in the email address. So it's like kind of looks more professional than my other one.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't allow it. So I have to use my other one for Gmail. And I'm like, people are looking at this and this probably looks like spam. Like,
oh, right, I got you, yeah.
Like
because I've done that.
Emails. Yep.
I used to send that out. So you use Gmail, but do you use Google Plus? Do you actually log in and go like, oh, who's talking in here?
I still have that, yeah.
Really? Oh,
I used to. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I still have it, yeah.
I should be really quiet. Google calls in every Friday on our show. They're going to hear this, and they're going to be blasted. Nobody watches it.
Maybe they'll give you a free subscription or something.
I love Google Plus. It's amazing.
Or Google Play.
Well, actually, I do everything Google. I actually do, except Google Plus. I think they dropped the ball there.
Well, there's nothing wrong about that at all, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you first started, after what your uncle said for radio, what was your next step?
So he started with following me with the camera. We just kind of did stuff, and then I also produced live events before even Facebook Live. I used live stream, and we would produce live events for nonprofits and for other broadcasting differences. We wouldn't go to television, just online. And in that time, a radio station picked me up, NBC News Radio, KCAA at the time, and they offered me just like a quick, oh, you want to be an entertainment reporter? We see your interviews on YouTube. It looks like you do a lot of entertainment. And I said, sure, why not? And I took that on, and I thought, huh. And then that led to me co-hosting on the morning show at that time. And then the opportunity came up for me to host my own show, create my own show and host that. And that's when I created a show called Live with Aaron and Kelly.
That was the one with Live with Aaron. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we did that, and we did that for quite a few years, actually. We're able to mix already what we were doing, which was attending red carpets, because we would get invited to a lot of those, and we just
had a lot of those people come into the studio. It was in the Inland Empire, which is a drive from Hollywood, but people would take it because, A, it was against traffic. We would remind them. And B, it was just, we would take the radio at that time. We would take the video of it and then put it up on YouTube. So we were able to maximize our 1 hour time in studio, and that's how that happened. And then from there, I changed over to ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, where they ended up offering me the morning show daily, and so that's been what's been keeping me very busy. And then on Saturdays on the Hollywood Social Lounge, where we still do our entertainment.
Yes.
Because that's where it's at right here. So.
I think I just found out about the Hollywood show. I follow you on the daily though. When I see you live, I share it, or I come in when I can.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you're one of our live viewers, but I don't see a top fan near your name. They hand those out now?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't know what that one meant at first.
I still don't know what it means. I don't know if that means they look at your page a lot or if they just interact. I don't know what the algorithm is, but I appreciate Facebook. Thank you, Facebook.
It probably was one of their updates. I'm sure it might be. They definitely, maybe it's like the updating of it. So it's like them promoting you any way they can, or like stopping by, kind of like always one of your viewers or something.
I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the video here. All of our, I love your studio, by the way. Can I just say that? I once did a little sign behind me, but I didn't think to put like people's names on it. That is the smartest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, we have our logo up right up here, the Hamilton Radio one, and then we have one of our sponsors, which has a book. It's called "I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass," and it's about addiction.
Got it.
Stop addiction and rhythm and stuff. Her name is Jerry Petito. It's actually really amazing. And one of our other sponsors is River Monsters, 2BTB. So.
And Primal Jim.
And Primal Jim McCann, who actually also trained some of the WWE people that you might have met. So.
Ah, very nice.
He's also my self-defense teacher. So.
I've been thinking about taking up some self-defense. Have you guys seen the news lately? People are getting crazier by the day.
Yep. Yeah.
I think I just saw a news article where there was a Planet Fitness. I don't know if you guys have Planet Fitness out there.
Yep.
And he went in
naked,
working out. Yeah. Oh, you saw it, huh? Yeah, naked. Yeah.
I saw it today.
Which, those Planet Fitness, I mean, that kind of like that there was just a matter of time. They don't have AC in those places, or it's very rare. They have those big fans going around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I'm hot. I need to,
get naked.
It's a heat wave over here. What do you expect the guy to do? Poor guy.
I was going to say another thing, though, with some gyms, especially Planet Fitness, is normally on Fridays and Saturdays, they give like a free large pizza to their guests.
Yeah.
So you eat pizza and then you go work out.
Of course they do. Think about it. It's like, how do we keep people coming back? They love to eat, and they're going to have to work it off quite a lot. Yeah. They will stay with us. Yeah, it's a smart. I saw that. I said, what kind? You know what? I've got no words. But there you go.
I'm with you there. So yeah, this world is crazy.
As long as it's gluten free, right?
Vegan cheese. I mean, what else?
I've done that. Vegan, but some vegan cheese is nasty. Ugh.
I'm a vegetarian, so I haven't had meat for like 8 months.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's great. Fantastic. I'm so happy for you.
I actually feel good, and I don't feel like I want to eat constantly.
I hear that a lot. I have quite a few friends that have gone the vegan route, and I applaud each and every one of you. We can't eat together, but I applaud you.
I eat a whole bunch of eggs, though, because I need protein, but no, I'm not.
Oh, wait. So you can't be... Wait, hold on. So this is my mom, because my mom does the same thing. She goes, I'm vegan, and then she throws out all the things that she eats, like fish, eggs, and things. I'm like, well, do vegans actually... So you're vegetarian?
Yes, I'm a vegetarian.
That makes more sense.
For 8 months, I've been. I did vegan for 30 days, and I felt very sick. And then I missed eggs, so I went back to eggs, and I stayed off of meat.
I hand it to you. I'm barely trying to get gluten-free, and that's been difficult.
But it's expensive where you are, too.
You're right. It is. Actually, San Francisco's even worse than down here in L.A., but yeah, it gets pretty bad.
Yeah. I was like, when me and my sister went to Disneyland last year, we went for the summer.
I have a pass there, by the way.
Like a limited one?
You would think so. You would think, working at ABC News Radio, KMET, I would have an unlimited one. No, people. I paid for my pass, and I got the minimum pass. It's like $100 to sign up, and then it's like $20 a month. But here's the thing they don't tell you when you get it. they black out all of summer, so you can't go during all the fun.
Really? That's horrible.
But listen to ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. We love Disney.
I was like, they should definitely give you something, though. Maybe you'll get a promotion or something, and then you'll get, like, a free...
Can we send this to them? Can somebody... Does anybody have... How about your iHeartRadio Connect? Can we get some... I know Walt Disney's listening. He's like, come on, we got to get this...
It should be happening. Honestly, I thought you should get something for free because...
You would think. No. I know, I said this recently, and I said, people probably think I get all the perks that normally comes. No!
Yeah, I thought you would get, like, free food, free drink.
Only if I steal it. If I steal it, then I'll get it for free. But no.
Good money.
And
then, from other stuff.
Let's change the subject. I'm getting depressed.
Oh, well, that's not fair though. About that for the Disney Pass.
I know somebody at Disney's going to be like, "Get him off the air. He's not supposed to tell them."
DJ Friction just said ABC News Radio. He deserves a raise, LOL, and that's the one from iHeartRadio.
Thank you, Luis. You are a good man. Thank you.
Yes, Luis is awesome. He's amazing. He really is.
Now, see, you say Luis, I say Luis because my uncle's name, I learned this really early on in the Latino culture. So his name is Jose Luis Sedano. And I'm like, is Luis the middle name or is it part of the first name? He's like, you say Jose Luis. I'm like, but it's Jose. He goes, no, it's Jose Luis. So that's why I said Luis. Sorry, Luis. Or Luis.
Wait, Luis's last name is Sedano.
Oh, they're cousins. No,
Wait, what?
No, very close though, very close. Actually, so your Luis Sedano or Sedano he's Cedeno. Mine, Jose Luis Sedano, is Sedano. But I could see how we might be family, Luis.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, he'd be your connection to iHeart. He's on iHeart.
Well, Luis.
But I don't want you to get in trouble for ABC.
Here's what I've learned. You do it, and then you get slapped on the hand. It's,
No, you don't want to do anything that bombards what you're doing, though. I know you love what you're doing. You look amazing when you're on, doing the morning. I'm surprised you're awake that early. I'm, like, waking up when you're live, so.
I am, too. I think half the time I'm not even awake. I think the tireder I am, the better of a show it is. Have you ever realized that when you have, like, no filters on, you're just that much more entertaining in the end? You're like, what did I say on this show?
I still listen to some of my shows, and I'm like, I don't know why I said that, but that's funny, and it works. So.
Yeah, just sleep deprivation. That really helps people. You want to be funny, sleep deprivation. You don't have any filters.
Did you see what Lewis said, DJ Friction?
Yeah.
Aaron, it's like a live ad lib.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's crazy. He said, hey, you can take me on ABC Radio. I can use the extra money. LOL.
Hey, Luis, that makes two of us. Entrepreneurs at heart.
And
I love this. We're making friends on this show.
You definitely. Actually, I'm not going to lie. Everyone that's been on my show has gotten some connections.
I believe it. You've got
really
a huge audience here. Yeah, this is nice. It's, I'm not used to being like part of the audience. It's kind of cool.
You're definitely, you're a guest and you also can see what the audience is saying.
Yeah, I love this.
So, of course. You're welcome.
See, this is great.
I'm so glad to have you, though. Like, I'm still so happy to have you.
Well, I'm happy to be here, especially in the studio where the air conditioner isn't working right now. We're in a heat wave over here. Did I mention that?
You don't have any air right now?
I have air, otherwise I'd be dead. But it is all hot air. So there is no cold air in here at all. I've got water in it. It's a heat wave. Did I mention that? The power might go off, by the way, people. We're having rolling blackouts here. They have like what they call a flex alert. That's where they make it sound really awesome, like going to Planet Fitness and eating pizza. Flex alert. Oh, it's a thing. You want to flex your power over here.
On,
yeah.
You need to be a comedian on the side.
No.
I can definitely hook you up with a whole bunch of comedians. The one that was just on here, the show before me, Bobby Buns, he's friends with Sal Vulcano from Practical Jokers.
Anybody with the last name Buns got to be a comedian. Hello, my name is Aaron Buns. How do you like them? Gluten-free, too, people.
Gluten-free buns. You gotta love that. Oh, my gosh. No, he's friends with Sal Volcano. Volcano or Vicana? Sal, he's from Practical Jokers.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I don't think comedy is my route. It's
I
serious
think you can
talk
definitely start it, though, with your radio career.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that into consideration. I did. Here's why I say that. I did stand up with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
She got me up there, said do 5 minutes. I couldn't get off past. I guess I went 10 minutes because I forgot she said 5 minutes. And it was a room to like 5 people, and they were the only ones. I don't know that I could do bigger than that. I actually admire comedians that can do that on a regular whim. But I find when you just have like one person in the room that you're talking to, granted other people can hear us, it's so much easier than hitting a whole audience and making them laugh, right? So
yeah, well,
I'm not sure I'm quite there just yet, but I'll think about it.
It's an obstacle to reach, but like I said, I can send you a couple of people over, especially, I'll definitely send you Jennifer O'Neill if you want to interview her or a way to talk to her. She started Stephanie's career, Lady Gaga. She used to like live right across the street from her, and she would listen to her, and I'll let her tell you the story, but
so
it was
I assume
amazing.
You're a big Lady Gaga fan.
I was. I mean, I still listen to her music now.
Wait, what? You can't say I'm a fan and then I was. Wait, what happened?
I definitely listen to her music now, but I don't feel as if it was what it used to be. Everything is changing in this world. Like, the music is getting... I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's all like dubstep and stuff.
Oh, so okay, your top 3 tracks of music that are your all-time favorite.
Country.
Okay. I actually like country. I was raised on country. George Strait.
Yeah, I love country.
Emmylou Harris.
I definitely like what my dad plays. So like the old music. I think it's like the.
Oh, don't say that! Don't say your dad and old at the same
time. Not the 40s. It's the 60s. Yes, to the 80s to the 90s.
There you go.
Like clarify, daughter.
My dad's old. No, you know what I meant. And then I like pop, and I listen to rock and rap sometimes, but a lot of it's just not my liking as much.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's changing. Speaking of that, because also you do live in Cali, and I'm sure you might see this. Are people doing the In My Car challenge?
I have not. I've only seen the. Wait, which one are we? Is that the one where they like open the door?
Do you love me? Are you riding?
I've only seen the videos. I've never seen somebody actually doing that. I think if I did, I would probably throw something in their way and trip them because that's a funnier video than them actually dancing. Have you seen those?
Of people throwing things at them?
No, them walking into a car or maybe like trying to get back into the car. Those are dangerous. People should not do them. We should not encourage them on the show. But if you want to, send us the clip so we can laugh at it.
Oh gosh, that sounds crazy. No, it definitely is something that's very scary because it's happening like more recently than we think.
It's terrible.
I honestly just heard of another challenge where a 12-year-old had to get hospitalized. They decided to pour rubbing alcohol all over themselves and then let themselves on fire for an hour.
Excuse me? Well, how do you even do that for an hour? Wait, what?
That's
okay.
Some challenges that are going around right now.
And where is this starting? Is this on Twitter? I don't think this is the Facebook community. This is like a Snapchat community, I bet.
It might be. My sister sent it to me. I could send you the link, but and then there was one that happened that was starting with it was in Spain or something. But it was a girl that went up to a rope and she put her neck in it like a noose, and she was supposed to hang there for like 10 minutes. As they pushed it away, and she started screaming, and her parents came in and they're yelling at her. The dad cuts the rope off and stuff, and he's like cursing at her in Spanish, like, why are you doing this? Trying to like kill yourself, like, why would you do something like that, kind of. So.
Well, we just went morbid in less than 60 seconds. You know what?
It's sad. It really is.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like subliminal messages out there that certain people are just, or people are just. As the days get longer, I think people need more sleep because they're making bad decisions out there. It's terrible.
Well, when you were saying about subliminal messages, you made me think of my favorite movie, Josie and the Pussycats.
Why?
They put that in the music. If you watched it.
Oh no, I haven't.
Well, you gotta watch it.
No, I can't. It has subliminal messages. Why would I want to watch it? You can't say that. You can't be like, watch it because it has subliminal messages. Because I don't want the subliminal messages in my brain.
But it's more as when you're watching it, you see that they're putting stuff in their music as of like, it's just more like merchandise kind of thing. Like, buy this, buy that kind of. But it's, that's like what's going on.
Oh, wait. So you're saying to listen to it and then put myself into debt because I'm buying all the things that I listen to on Pussycat. And what is that Pussycat in the
Josie and the Pussycats?
Yeah, Josie and her and them. No, that's okay. I'm good.
Did you ever watch the movie They Live?
They Live. Who stars?
P-A-G-Y-L-I-V-E. Roddy Piper was in it. Yeah, from the wrestling.
Oh, Roddy Piper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't, but I know Roddy Piper. That was a.
Watch that movie on YouTube, and then you'll understand what she means by consume.
Okay, I will.
It's a marketing genius.
Exactly what Josie and the Pussycats is too.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, how can we do that on our show so we can make people buy stuff and support?
It's a message. It's a message that's hidden in either audio or video. What you're doing. That's all it is.
That's so funny. I asked that out just like, but you actually know this. Okay, so can we do that? Can we engineer that? Wait, will I get in trouble for that? No, I'm just. The morning show,
but I mean,
ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Yes,
A lot of the companies do that.
Follow me, Aaron M. Sanchez. Like, really?
Yes.
Huh. You have an? Do you have a need to follow me at Aaron M. Sanchez? Just is that subliminal enough?
I think my father did add you on Facebook, though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Subliminal, it works. Yes, people.
You can definitely start promote what you're doing. Your show. Let's talk a little bit about your morning show, though. When you first got that, they were like, we want you to do the morning show. How was like your first show and coming up with like ideas and booking, and how was that all going?
Oh, wow. Well, when I got it, it was amazing and scary at the same time because I had always, once you get into this, you're like, wow, what would it be like to have a morning show? And then they told me what time I had to be on, and I'm like, I am not a morning person. I should have probably not wished for this, right? Like, be careful what you wish for, because I was like, wait, that means I have to, because, you're at an event the night prior, you got to be the first to leave, so then because you got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing that I think kind of got me a little nervous, and then the rest was just, because of the other shows that I was producing at the time, Live with Aaron and Kelly, Hollywood Social Lounge, and others, I knew that here's what I knew I didn't want. I knew I didn't want a downer of a show, right? I knew very early on that I didn't want a lot of negative news, if at all possible.
Of course.
There were some things that we had to cover, like the San Bernardino shootings. We had to cover that. That was in our own backyard. So you don't pretend that doesn't happen.
Exactly.
But if you watch our show, I try to keep it upbeat and positive because I had at one point shared some things that were happening, and people were like, man, why do I want to listen to this in the morning? I'm trying to get my day started. I don't want to have that feeling of depression right at the beginning of the day. You put that at late night, and I'll listen to it. And I said, you know what, that's a good point. So very early on, I knew that whatever I did, whatever guests I wanted to bring on, I wanted to have fun with it. And I wanted to liven people up for the day or for the rest of the week. And so that's really what I kind of base on. So it's like a morning show, wake up, and get your day started, get motivated, right? And so I've always interviewed guests that kind of are that kind of support that, or at least maybe they're inspirational in what they do. I have a lot of authors on the show, that have a lot of varied subjects. So, but I always try to keep it upbeat and positive because we kind of need more of that in the world. Don't you agree?
Oh, most definitely. That's why my show is always positive too.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely try to do that, and then I always try to leave positive vibes, and you can feel them like in the room, or you can feel them like through the microphone.
Yeah, it's true.
You feel them, so.
No, it's true. I used to because I said I was on social media a lot. There was a time where I would post kind of woe is me posts. We've all done it, right? We've always had that heartbreak or that you're having a rough time and you kind of want people to know, but you don't want them to know, right?
You don't want to post it out like everywhere, but only on Instagram is okay. Like my Facebook will be fine.
Right. And so I would do that, and I remember a couple people saying, with what you do, and this was a while ago, this must be like 10 years ago, and they said, if you're going to post things, why not post positive things, encourage people, don't bring them down, and I said, you know what, that's a good point. So ever since then, along with the morning show, I've really tried to keep that, because I did hit a really bad low in my life prior to getting into radio or doing any of this, and I almost was in that situation where I'll just say I was ready to end my life. And so every day that I've lived since then is a day and a gift of life. And I tell people this, that they need to appreciate it, because when you are grateful for life and you're grateful for the people in it, you're grateful for the things in it, it's very difficult to be in that suicide awareness stage. But it's a challenge, and I know it was a challenge for me. I know it's a challenge for many that have shared their story with me, and so I share the rest of my story with them and saying, but look, if you continue past that, what can you achieve? At the time, I was just doing sales, and I had just ended an 8-year marriage, which I never thought would end, and I wouldn't feel a failure on. But it was a part of the path I was supposed to take, and even though I felt at the time that I did so depressed and so lonely and so just wanting to end it all,
upset.
And I think a lot of us that don't want to admit that have admitted that at some point in our lives. We all identify with that. But there's a message there, which is don't skip to the end of your book when you're only in the middle. There's so much more that has to be written. And I will say, every bit that I get to do, being here with you, talking with you, spending time with your friends and family online, and my friends and family, and building those relationships, I value, because I could have been that person to end it. We've heard a lot of those stories.
Of course,
we hear rarely of the stories that go beyond that. That say, I'm not going to end it here. I'm going to push forward no matter how much pain, physical pain, emotional pain I'm putting through, because it's temporary. It will only last for a bit of a time. And you know what? I have the ability to change this.
It definitely feels like a heartache, though, too.
Yeah. Wait, what? About heartache?
It feels like a heartache. Like it's so much, your heart or your whole, everything.
Oh, it's terrible.
Hurts. Of course.
Yeah, it's terrible. And so I always hear people say, well, you don't understand. I do. I would not be here if I gave into that.
Yeah.
Fully.
Well, I'm very glad you did not, Aaron. And we're so glad to have you here. And you've achieved so much.
Well, and thank you. I appreciate that. But again, I feel that every day of gift that I have, to give that out, I want to bring those that are at the bottom, to bring them back with hope, because yes, we could focus on the negative, and there's a lot of it, but there's a lot of good. And the good, more often than not, actually outweighs the bad. Think of all of your day today, even the weather that we have, even the moments that you get to share with your family.
It affects so much too, yeah.
Yes, there's so much to be grateful for. And when you draw more of that, more of good comes in. And it's... you'll hear it a lot, but it's the truth, and I'm a big testament of that, because I used to be very negative, and always say no to things.
Me too.
And
this is what happens when you change, A positive show, positive influence. I just got a raise and a promotion at my job, so everything is just...
Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
And that's the moment to say, you know what? I'm grateful I'm alive, right?
I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful we have the station. I'm grateful for my guests. I'm grateful for a lot of things, because I I grew up in radio because my father had it ever since I was a little kid. So I did my first show when I was 6 years old.
Oh,
a
wow.
radio show because I didn't know what I was doing. And my dad's like, you got to get on mic and tell them, you know, what songs just played. I was 6, so I played the Cheetah Girls, High School Musical, like everything Radio Disney played. It was like a knockoff, kind of.
So you were hearing all the subliminal messages from an early age, is what you're saying.
Oh, yes, definitely. And then I started it again in 2014. And my mom and dad and my dad's co-partner, Ruben, with the station, they were like, if you want to continue this, you know, you got to keep it professional. And then you'll see what happens. And since I've had it, you know, like I said, iHeart picked me up. I've had a whole bunch of celebrity guests that I'm very thankful for, you know, from Disney Channel, Lifetime, Nickelodeon. I had Jonathan Goldstein from Drake and Josh. Walter.
Oh, wow.
I had Adrian Armante. He's Esteban from Suzette and Cody.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Well, but isn't... And don't you, at those times, just say... I don't know if you ever step back, because sometimes you get so busy, but there are moments when you can reflect and meditate on it, and you say, wow, like, I'm really blessed. And at the same time, being blessed means you have a duty, right, to keep spreading that to others. And so I say congratulations, you're doing it well.
Thank you. But I do freak out because my website's still under construction, and I have a lot of people that look at it sometimes. So I'm trying to, you know, not bombard my dad too much, but there's a way that I could take it off his hands, learn how to put my shows up there. So,
you know what? Honestly, I learned very early on, and I think you and I talked about this off camera. I learned very early on that instead of like saying, "Oh, why is something not done?" Just do it. Just do it. And when you do it, you learn more that way. You become more knowledgeable. And I want to say also thank you to your dad. What's your dad's name?
His name is Doc G on radio, but I don't know if he wants to say his real name.
He doesn't. Dog, yeah, he told you not to. Yeah, okay, so thank you, Dad, for being a good dad to your daughter. So many don't actually help out their daughters. You know, they just leave them by the wayside. So good job on daddy skills.
Thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
coming
absolutely.
from you.
No, thank you.
And he's had this station for almost 22 years because I'm 22. So I'm 21. You're 22?
So you're like...
21.
That's amazing.
Something.
That's why it sounds so good. See, he knows his sound.
Do you want to give him a little background?
Oh, sure. Anyway, when I started the station, just give a little background about it. When I started the station, I was just... I just everything was missing. The 60s, the 70s, and 80s music that was out there was a lot of things were missing, and I just wanted to incorporate the music that I grew up with. You know, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and all the other stuff, and all the Elvis music and everything like that, with all the just a variety of mix of music that I liked. And then when I did that, I always wanted to include the local bands that never get a shot, because who hears them? You go out to hear them, and they're playing all this music, and you're like, oh my God!
Indies, it's so sad. Yeah,
I can't hear anything because they're not playing them. They're not playing all over the world, so. Make the station as big as possible and create a fan base and create a listenership, and that's what I did back in '96.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, and don't you find, isn't it interesting that we're living in a very pivotal moment where I just had this conversation with another couple of people that are in the industry, and radio is actually going to that next step of, because we have Facebook Live, we've got Periscope TV, we've got YouTube Live, and now you have personalities streaming to television as well via IP. Isn't it an exciting time to be in, even on radio? Because I hear so many that are like in the other, I will say the other decades, which are stuck in the decades, like, oh, it's only on radio, they can't be online, and yet podcasts have proven that people still love to listen to talk radio. Is that what you find?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean,
I love talk radio.
Being a proponent of this forum for years, I definitely advocate that anybody that gets into it, please do. But when you do, just make sure that it's listenable, it's quality, and it's family friendly, because if you don't, you're not going to get the vast majority of the audience, and then that's a problem. So that's where I always tried to strive for that. So that's why we brought all these, comedians in for a more, not an adult exposure, but more of an exposure to another realm of people. And then, of course, get that audience as well. So that's kind of what kept us afloat for the last, 20-some years. And creating all these shows. We have, 30, 40 radio shows? Wow. We've got 3 more coming very soon.
I definitely recommend Aaron to get in touch with Age Out Angels for Greg Rapport, though, because of what he was saying that's an amazing radio show.
Not only him. We have a girl that's coming in August, and she's 15 years old, Aaron. She's got her own company. She's making a lot of money, and she's going to be on the Yankees billboard. So you're talking about kids that are really striving.
I'm trying.
And having more exposure to the elements and knowing how to use them. The marketing, knowing how to use the Facebook, knowing how to use the Facebook Live, and everything around them. They're just utilizing to the best of their ability, and that's all they're doing. They're not really spending a lot of money on advertising, which people think you have to do. And they're just basically using what they have and creating more of it. And that's all we're doing.
Yeah. And I find with so many different ways of listening, when you populate into all those areas, people just discover you. And if you're good at what you do, they will continue to follow you wherever you go. A lot of what we have, I mean, there are people that have listened to us for, I think, the 6-7 years I've been on air. And it's just, this is what I tell people, make sure you have a social media. You have an account on every one of them, because you want to hold on to those people, because they will follow you and help you throughout the years that you do this. I am a big believer in that. I used to hear, for example, when Hollywood people say, I want to thank the fans. I love my fans. And I was always like, they don't even know who their fans are. Back in the day, they didn't, right?
Oh, no, they didn't. Actually, it upset me, too, because they would always say, like, other stuff kind of religious, in that state of mind, you know what I'm saying? Like for reward shows or whoever they are.
Yeah, I get that. I get the idolizing thing that we don't want to propagate, but we do anyway. But
exactly.
But I do get, because it sounds cheesy, but I won't say the fans, but the people that support, always tweeting or retweeting or listening in, like those viewers right now, they're listening in. Some of them share it to their profile and say, hey, they help you spread the word, and it's what a great community we live in that we can do that online, and we can say thank you to people. People send us messages all the time. Sometimes some very dark ones. I've gotten some really. People just really are in a bad place, and you have the ability to say, you know what, push through, it'll be okay, and they do, and they come out a year later say thank you for your words.
Exactly.
It's
amazing. Hard though. It is really hard nowadays for people to push through.
Well, my option is
depending on what it is.
Aaron, the only thing I want to say is, I said it years ago, and I'll say it again. If more people work together, if more stations and AM, FM, and all these other internet radio stations all work together, we could share all the profits, we could share all the listeners, we could share all the visitors, share all the advertisers, and we can all profit together. Not be competition, because I know there's going to be competition out there. There's always competition, but the more people that we can grab to work together as a team, the team always benefits. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I've said that to several people. I remember people were like, the game is sold, not told. And I was like, wow. I get that. I understand that philosophy. Yet at the same time, we can grow together. There's enough business out there, is what you just said, is so true. Unfortunately, the powers that be that like to monopolize that don't believe that and don't want to share. But I say this. Let those that want to be attracted and partner up, because you can't get everybody, but you can get a good sliver of the pie of that, and you build something really monumental when you can do that. So I congratulate you for thinking like that. Not a lot of people do.
Wonderful, thank you. I really appreciate that.
I still think it's amazing for what you said you went through and everything, especially in that path. But look where you are now, Aaron. That's
well, and again, you don't end the book before it's done. You have so much more to live out. And back to what your dad was saying, really, there's a what I call transmedia, where you have things that are radio, television, and then online, and the ability to put out more positivity, if we had a little bit more of that than the opposite.
Yep.
Which we do. You have thought leaders that do that, and they have a big following as well. But sometimes you got to go where the people are not listening to that. Like you just said something a moment ago. It's harder nowadays for I think you're referring to our youth and our young ones especially, because of the opposite of that, right? Bullying on social media.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah, people having kind of living their life on social media, and that they feel that the more likes they get substantiates whether they're a good person or not.
Or the money. Depending on what they're doing.
Right, exactly. But at the same time, it's just something that we as broadcasters, all of us, have a very important responsibility to push that out. Yes, we want to entertain people, but we also want to inspire hope, give hope.
It's definitely about hope, and it's also about some of the people you meet in your pathway. Some are going to do the good for you, some are going to be the bad for you.
And some of those bad are good lessons.
Right? They're haters. Let the haters hate. But you definitely want to grow strong and strive from that as well, like to the next step.
Yeah, exactly. Here's what I say. Haters, follow me on Aaron M. Sanchez. I'll convert you at some point. You're going to be like, because look, I was a hater of a lot of things. I would be like, this isn't going to work. Oh, that's going to fail. And they often would, but it was also my belief system. When you could change your belief system, turn it around, it's amazing what you can do in your life.
Especially when you think positive. Everything you thought was negative to where you were from where you are now. It's like amazing.
And you said a moment ago, I'm trying, Dad. You are in a great spot right now because all the stuff that you have, like you could probably run a radio station on your own with what your dad has given you. Right? Am I right? I know.
Pretty much, but there's even more. We're actually building a new facility behind us, and we're going to be having our own voiceover recording,
Maybe
2 broadcast
studios,
and green screen. We're going to be doing band practices, master recording, and a lot of video trailers, and because we're all in one. We want everybody to come as a one-stop shop type of thing. They don't have to go to New York. They don't have to go to Philly. But
come to New Jersey.
Right here.
Is that what it is right now? They have to go far to...
Yeah. They got to travel by train or they got to drive through the tunnels or go on the city traffic. And it's
not fair.
Like one of my friends said, he's like, I'm not going to travel 50, 100 miles, pay another $200 or $300 to get there. And, and then I got to pay when I get there. It's like, it's going to be $1,000 alone. So, and I can't get everybody that's located in this area up there because of transportation problems. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the musicians, they speak out and they say, wait a minute, we have a solution. Well, here's my solution. If you live around the area, just come here. We'll have everything for you right here. You can do shows. We can do multiple shows, multiple broadcasting at the same time, double the amount of money that we bring in, bring more sponsors, and have a big advertising network all over the world because we teamed up with about 3 or 4 different radio stations on different coasts. So, we got to have everything. It's everything. It's everything without being a big corporation.
Listen to that positive energy, though.
But it's also there for the grasp.
Well, and I applaud you for that because I'm going to send somebody to you, which is she's done broadcasting for us, and I think she'll help you guys out over there. She's great. So keep doing what you're doing.
Is that the one in Hackensack?
Yeah, well, near there. Pecos. Hey, by the way, you guys cannot fuel up your own cars. It's amazing. And you don't have to pay sales tax on...
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just telling people, like, you really want to go to New Jersey. You save on clothes, and you don't have to pump your own gas. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought you were saying to us. I was like, I don't drive yet.
Think of driving here in California. You have to pump your own gas.
I don't even know how to fill up a gas tank.
Yeah, you will learn quick over here. Trust me.
Well, it's honestly crazy. I had an amazing interview with you, and
thank you.
Can't wait for your morning show. So, give a little information about. So, when is your morning show? Is it every day?
Yes, weekdays, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, and then the Hollywood Social Lounge every Saturday at 10 a.m. All the times are Pacific, so on Eastern time, what is that? 11 a.m. Eastern time and 1 Eastern time on Saturdays. Yes, thank you.
When you go live, because sometimes I might be at work depending on what day it is, you can always just put it on my wall or tag me so everybody can tune in on my page as well.
Oh, you're so amazing. Thank you for offering that. I won't do that. I hate tagging people like that because...
But you can. I'm totally allowing you my wall.
You say that now, but after the 100th broadcast... After the 100th broadcast, you'll be like, God, Aaron...
No, I definitely think you should do that.
I get that. I know what you're talking about, Aaron. I try
don't
to tag anybody.
He knows. Yeah, because you
just
get
share.
those.
That's it. And then whenever they want to see, because I get all these, I got like 30 radio shows here, and you're like 3 or 4 times a night. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I get
What
you're talking
Trust
about.
me. Yeah, he's picking up what I put down.
Yeah. So we're going to send you some celebrities too, Aaron. We're going to send you maybe Eddie Money, John Ford Coley from England, Dana John Ford Coley. Just a bunch of my friends that I know off Facebook. And
oh my God, his book's going to get filled.
So we'll definitely get you some more people on your show. And if you want to attribute that to us, you can do that. If not, that's fine too.
All right. Well, yeah, no, definitely. I'm glad you guys have an East Coast. You guys have a fun show. I think we already know a lot of the same people. It's kind of funny. So.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I still can't believe you know Edward Enrique Scolan.
Yeah, it's a small world. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, I messaged him because I was trying to get Rob Schneider's wife first, and I had to contact him. And I remember we were in.
They have that Netflix show, right? The Netflix show where they. It's a
Real Rob.
Yeah.
That is my favorite show in my whole entire life.
Look at that.
I'm on season 3. Actually, my guest on October the 2nd Tuesday is Jamie Lissow. He's from Real Rob.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, but yeah, keep doing what you guys are doing, and you can call in 609-807-2492 because this show is done, right? I think are we up on the?
Yeah, we're done.
We're about to end.
Appreciate you so much.
But thank you so much, Aaron, and I'd love to have you in studio sometime.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll stay in contact there. Wait, are we done? I was just kidding. I was joking because I didn't know the time. I was like, I hit 5. Are we still on air? I think we're still on air.
Yeah, we are. I'm gonna end it soon. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not letting you, huh? You're like, this show is going overtime. Okay.
No, see, that's another thing about internet radio. You don't have that rigid time.
Oh, so we can do 2 hours. This is great. Okay. So I'm following DJ Dani on the DJ Dani Show. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much for being here, Aaron. I had a blast having you. You have me on Facebook as well. Any way to contact me? Just the time difference is like a little wonky. So when you're probably messaging me, I'm either at work or I'm messaging you while you're getting up.
Hey, you know what? You're a hard worker. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon, and I'll start sending some people your way, okay?
Okay, likewise. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Take
Have
care,
a great night,
Aaron.
guys.
Nice meeting you.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.